Hello guys, it's Chun, and today I'm going to play just to start a little bit of the Furina story quest. So yeah, it's been about a week or so, or I think it is. I don't know how long since I finished Act 5 of the Fontaine story quest, and it was so good. I needed time to like chill out a little bit to kind of let it settle and watch people play it on Twitch and like cry and stuff again. I watched 4 people play through it actually, Act 5, and it was good each time. Anyway, I've done a few story quests now, and now I thought I would do Furina's one. I'm ready to tackle it. And other news, like I normally play on a controller, like this controller. I love it, or any controller, PS5 controller, whatever. But I bought this keyboard. Oh, recently, it's like a wireless Bluetooth keyboard. And so I started playing keyboard and mouse, which I haven't really played Genshin that much with keyboard and mouse, so it took me a couple of days to get like the coordination of what to do, like switching characters, and I'm just starting to get a, so that's kind of fun, like getting the hang of like a new muscle memory kind of skills. It's kind of cool. I like it. Although most people who play on PC have probably already played with mouse and keyboard, so it's nothing special, but for me, I couldn't do it, like, because I'd always played with controller, because I just like the cozy feel of the controller. Anyway, I think we'll go to, is it Fontaine? Map. So just, it's kind of fun, like, getting the hang of being able to use the controller, keyboard and mouse for it. Oh, one of the reasons, there was 2 reasons. One reason was because I got this keyboard. Another reason was because I wanted to, because I think bow characters would be easier with what do you call it, mouse and keyboard. So I kind of felt like I've been avoiding some bow characters because I mean you can play it with a controller, but I think it's just easier with a mouse and keyboard, like a first person shooter in a way. Like if I ever got Ganyu, I could just play it like a first person shooter. It's because I didn't navigate. Let's go to Fontaine. Let's go. The little Oceanid. So when we last left Furina, you already saw it. You've seen it already. So she's just a normal human getting to live her life. So that's very cool. Oh, by the way, I really like my Baishu. I got Baishu. So I've been using him with this team, which is really cool, and also I got Elisa Aggravate team, which I got. But anyway, it's kind of fun. Alright, let's go.
Hey Catherine, it's us. Got any new commissions? Specifically one with a huge more attack, perhaps?
Yeah. You didn't have to be so honest, be so direct. The more lucrative, the better.
You know we're worth it. For quality work and speedy results, choose Paimon and the Traveler.
We are. We're like world famous now.
It's always a pleasure to see our 2 most avid adventurers again. Looking for the next challenge, I see.
We would be. We've been across many nations now, doing a lot of epic stuff. It's so funny.
Actually, we do in fact have a rather urgent commission that is still open. Having read the details, however, I don't believe you'd consider it to be lucrative.
Don't worry about that. We were just kidding. So what's the situation?
To put it simply, the requester is looking for a temporary replacement actress for their musical. The original cast member ran into some issues and is currently unable to perform the role. But the troupe has also been experiencing some financial difficulties, so unfortunately they cannot afford to pay the replacement actress.
Oh no.
That does sound like a tricky situation. So basically they're looking for a volunteer?
So for us to
That's right.
act?
Our adventurers reached out to many actresses, but none of them were willing to take the job. There are only a few days left until the performance. If they can't find someone in time, they'll probably have to postpone the show. And delays tend to create all sorts of new problems.
Got it. Oh, this one's a doozy. What do you think, Traveler? Any ideas? Even if we took the commission, neither of us have any experience starring in musicals.
True.
If you're interested in helping, why not start by having a chat with the requester? He's right over there.
Okay.
Maybe you can't fill the role yourselves, but you might be able to help him figure out another solution. Maybe there's something he hasn't thought of.
Oh, it's that guy, huh? No wonder, he looks like he just ate a sour lemon.
We'll go talk to him.
Paimon approves, let's go! Hello there, are you the guy looking for a new actress?
Wait, I know you two! Are you really willing to act in my musical?
Wow, sounds like we're pretty famous in Fontaine already. But to answer your question, neither of us have any experience in musicals. But we heard that you're in a bit of a bind, so we figured we could at least try to help you think of a solution.
Ah, I see. It's okay. I knew that asking for a volunteer was a long shot. If we can't find someone to step in, we'll have no choice but to cancel the show. It would be such a shame.
He's got cool hair. It reminds me of something like from Final Fantasy or something like that. Can't you cover the budget for a new actress with the ticket fees?
That's the thing. We're not some high-profile theater troupe, just a group of amateur enthusiasts. All our sets and props are very crude. We're grateful enough just to get an audience, never mind ticket fees. If we had a way to make this profitable, things might have turned out differently. But now, it looks inevitable that we'll disband.
No.
Disband? You're splitting up the troupe?
Oh, I guess the lady at the Adventurers Guild didn't tell you? Yeah, this is supposed to be our final show together as a troupe. One last show. And after that, we go our separate ways. So we were really hoping to end on a high note. Nobody wants things to just
True.
fizzle out. Not after all the time and effort we've invested into it.
Catherine mentioned that one of your actresses can't make it.
Yeah, the leading lady, in fact. She's been dealing with a chronic illness ever since childhood, and unfortunately, it flared up again recently. It really drains all her energy, so she's in no state to perform. The show just won't be the same without her. But for everyone else's sake, I still hope we can find a way to hold the performance on schedule.
Got it. We have a clearer picture now. Let's see if we can come up with any ideas. What if we sponsored the show? Traveler, how much more are you carrying?
Not a lot, because I've been leveling up a lot of characters.
Please, there's no need to go that far. I wouldn't feel right asking such a huge favor, and I can't promise that we'd ever be able to pay you back.
Mora isn't the biggest problem. How do we find someone who's a good fit for the role?
Good point. If the actress just goes through the motions for the Mora, that's not exactly rescuing the show. We should find someone who will put on the best performance possible.
Oh, we know someone who could.
Oh, wait! What about... you know who?
Great minds think alike. I was just thinking that. I agree.
That's how you know we're the best of partners. Anyway, she should have all the free time in the world right now.
Yeah, is she up to it?
She's really good at performing, and she was once super popular with the crowd. Performing in a musical should be a piece of cake for her.
Let's see how this
Who are
develops.
you thinking of? Sounds like someone famous.
Furina.
Her? You're... That was a joke, right?
Nope.
Nope. Paimon doesn't actually know if she's performed on stage before, but Paimon's pretty confident that she'd be really good at it.
I am confident she will be really good at it.
You're not wrong there. She has actually performed in a number of big-name shows before. They were one of the reasons she was so popular. But even if she's no longer the Hydro Archon, it's not like she's suddenly a commoner. She's still an idol to many people in Fontaine, including myself. I just think Lady Furina might feel a bit out of place in an amateur troupe like ours.
Kind of reminds me of like when Michael Jordan, when he stopped playing basketball and he played baseball, but it was in like the minor league, not the major league. It was the minor league team of was it the Chicago White Sox? Yeah, was the Birmingham Barons. It was just like he was like a star with like amateurs and stuff. It just, I mean, he fit in, but like doesn't fit in at the same time. You want the show to go ahead already, don't you? He didn't get any special treatment or anything like that. He was part of the team. It was cool. Are you prepared to do whatever it takes? I'll do the first one.
Well, yes, but... Fair enough. I mean, if she was actually willing to, then of course I'd be honored to have Lady Furina star in our show. I'm sure the rest of the troupe would be delighted too. I'm sure everyone in our troupe has probably dreamt of performing on stage with her one day. Of course, it all depends on whether she's interested. She might consider this opportunity beneath her.
I doubt it.
No point in stressing about that. We'll only know if we ask.
Good attitude, Paimon.
And besides, things are different now. There's no reason for her to be all high and mighty anymore.
Let's go. I'll be good. It'll be good to get to check in on her anyway. Yeah, I wanted to check in on her.
Thank you for your help. I guess I'll just stay here and wait for the
That's
good
why
news.
I'm doing this story quest.
Good luck.
Wait, where does Furina actually live nowadays? She used to live in luxury at the Palais Mermonia, but she's, moved out, right?
As it happens, I have her current address here. I can provide it to you.
Good old Catherine.
Woo! When did you get here?
I came over when things were starting to sound more promising. I thought I should be at the ready in case my assistance is needed.
Wow.
It is my duty to support commissioners in any way I can.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Howick.
Well, now that we've got the address, we'll go find Furina. Back in a jiffy.
We could follow the line. Let's see where it is though. Where does she live these days? Not far away. Let's follow the line. Like, I'll talk about, I don't know if it's enough time to start a sentence. Okay, we'll just do this first.
Did Catherine really give us the right address? She lives here?
It's just like an ordinary apartment.
Not that there's anything wrong with this place, it's just, a bit of a step down from the Palais Mermonia.
That's probably what she wants though. She probably just wants to be a normal person.
You know, it's common courtesy to make sure the homeowner isn't an earshot when you're denigrating their abode.
I love her. Just the second she came into view, I just remembered how much I love her. And she's not putting on an act. She's just, you can tell by her voice, she's just being herself. It is so cool. Furina, oh my god. So good. Anyway.
Okay, when did popping out of thin air become all the rage? First Catherine and now you?
I was just out on a shopping trip. I ran out of macaroni, so I went to grab a few more bags.
Oh my gosh, she's so, what do you call, was it, what's the word? Is it mundane or something like that? Like just doing the normal stuff? What do you call it? There's a word for it. Mundane seems insulting, but there's probably another word for it.
I used to have a much wider range of choices when it came to food. But now I'm finding that simple, traditional home cooking can be quite delicious too.
Don't you get sick of macaroni every day? Oh my god. But she's still dressed so fancy though. She hasn't changed her outfit. I love it.
Not at all.
Or maybe
as
she
long as you
has.
have different kinds of sauces in.
I never
you can
really-
have macaroni and tomato sauce one week, macaroni and bolognese the next.
That's so funny. It's hilarious. She's gonna have macaroni every single day.
Oh, sounds like you're really struggling to cope.
Is it because you have to do all your own cooking now?
How rude. Questioning my cooking skills. The audacity.
Oh, that's the Furina we know, that voice. I like it. The fire, the feistiness. I love it. It's so good.
It's not like I have a very eventful life these days. Actually, I barely leave the house.
Aww.
So I don't see how it's unusual that my meals are a little simpler now too.
Oh, I wonder if she's not sad. I reckon she'll find her feet though, like, just given time. Like, you know how when you have like a traumatic thing happen, it just takes some time to like get over it usually?
Besides, I'm sure I could master dishes like la lettre focilor or blubber profiteroles in no time, if I felt so inclined.
I like her feistiness.
Ah, there it is. You don't know how to cook.
Oh, Paimon.
Not yet, maybe, but... Anyway, what are you even doing here? I do hope you didn't come here just to ogle at my fall from
I
grace.
doubt it. Why would we do that? You saved Fontaine for 500 years. Oh my god. I cried so much during the Arkham quest, and watching it again, 4 streamers I watched for, like, they took like 4 hours each, and I was watching them and I cried each time when Furina's part came on.
Let me first be clear that I'm not taking guests at this time. So if you're just here to clown around, then please be on your way. Shoo!
Sorry! We're sorry! Please don't be mad!
Pyro was just showing concern for your well-being.
Yeah, exactly! What the traveler said! Paimon wasn't trying to make fun of you. Hang on a sec, you weren't exactly holding back either!
That's not important. We actually came here to ask you for your help.
My help? Well, maybe you're forgetting that I'm no longer the mighty Hydro Archon. I don't even have a vision, you know.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's nothing that serious. It's just very specific, and you're the one with the power to help!
If not you, then no one. You're the only person for the job. You know this music came on. It's like, doesn't it remind you of the Archon quest? You're the only one that can do it. The only person who can save Fontaine. It's like a, it's probably deliberate. It's got to be deliberate. This song as well. It just came on right now. If not you, then no one.
Oh? Well, if that's the case, then fine. I'll spare you the lecture about your attitude just now. So
She's
tell
awesome.
me, what specifically makes this matter so specific?
You know what? I reckon the actress doing the Archon quest must have been so like emotionally draining. I'm just gonna guess like it was emotionally draining because it's like a really heavy topic and she had to go all out in crazy ways. But this is probably like a fun kind of thing. It must be fun for her to kind of just, you know, I don't know. I reckon it's a lighter kind of job for her to do, which is good. I like it. You tell Furina about this.
I see. I knew you couldn't have come all this way just to amuse yourselves at my expense.
Why would we do that? That'd be so mean.
After all, I was once the brightest star in all of Fontaine, well versed in all the various performing arts. A mere musical is well within my capabilities.
Okay, so she's gonna do it.
But given the present circumstances,
Why?
I'm afraid I must regretfully decline your casting request.
Why?
How come? It sounds like this would be a breeze for you!
True, but I have made a decision to retire from the stage.
Oh, she's been acting for 500 years. It makes sense, seriously. Really.
Although I am no longer required to play the role of the Hydro Archon, the time I spent inhabiting that character has left an indelible mark on me.
I can kind of just imagine, like, you hear like actors say that when they play certain roles. I remember like Jim Carrey talking about this, how when you play certain roles, it kind of gets into your personality somehow, like it affects you, right? So you're trying to play it 24 hours a day, like being in that character. 500
Centuries
years.
of pretending to be a different person changes you completely. I'm not the same person I once
100%
was.
it would be like that. 500 years of it. Damn. That makes sense. So she doesn't want to do it anymore. That makes a complete sense, actually.
Of course, that can't be undone now. It's too late, and I have no intention of reinventing myself all over again. But at least I can say that I no longer desire to play any new roles.
So that's how you really feel.
Paimon can understand, but this is just a one-off part to fill in for someone who's sick. Surely that's okay.
Whether it's a one-off or not, it's a boundary that I've committed to no longer cross.
Ooh.
If I make an exception to the rule now, I'm just leaving a back door for myself, which would be the same as not having a boundary in the first place. So I'm not going to perform, and that is that.
No, she says.
Okay, guess there's no convincing you. Well, is there anything else we can do to help out the troupe? Otherwise, they'll just have to disband without any fanfare. Do you know any other actors who might be interested in the role?
Nope.
Short and to the point. Okay.
I've never been great at maintaining relationships. Besides, anyone I've ever worked with probably couldn't wait to get rid of me.
Oh, that's so sad. I can't believe she would think that. Why would she think that? Oh my god, that's so sad when she said that. What I said before about this being a light and fun role, it's not. It is lighter than the Archon quest, but it still requires a lot of acting prowess, and she's killing it as always. Yep.
Since I'm just an ordinary person now, they'll probably just laugh in my face if I go asking them for help.
You shouldn't assume the worst of people. What's wrong with making one exception? Is that why she doesn't want to do it? Because she's afraid?
Look, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry I drew a line in the sand without thinking about every possible grain on the other side.
Well, is there anything else we can do? This performance really means a lot to the guy we're working for.
Have I not made myself clear? You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't want this job, nor do I know of anyone else who would. Sorry. I didn't mean for that to sound so harsh. I wish I could help, really. But if I thought I had the answer to this problem, I would have said so by now.
It's all right, Furina. Paimon just wanted to make sure we tried everything. Oh, everyone in the troupe will be so disappointed.
Let's try to come up with a plan B.
Yeah, I guess that's all we can do now. All right, then. We'll see you around, Furina.
Funnily enough, in the story, don't they know how hard she's worked for 500 years? And it's like, oh, whatever. We just carry on with our lives. You suffered for 500 years.
Toodaloo.
But it suits the quest story. I mean,
I'm going home to take a rest now.
It would be a weird quest story if we're like just gently go, oh, are you okay? You know what I mean? Like it's for entertainment, right? It's another story now. It makes sense. And they did have a story quest for her, and I'm sure they put a lot of love into it, and for the character to be happy at the end. I'm sure of it. Positive, 100%. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something before. We gotta follow this line. Where to? Oh, that's so close. I was gonna say I normally level up lots of different characters, usually to 80.
It's too bad, but we have to respect Furina's decision.
Yeah, good on you, Paimon.
Maybe the thought of performing brings up too many painful memories now.
Yeah, that's very thoughtful of you for Paimon to say that. We'll talk to Catherine now.
Huh? What's going on? Are they arguing?
Yeah.
That's
Hey, we
besides
could get
the point.
Yun Jin.
I'll ask you again.
She's an actress.
Why did you start looking for a replacement without my consent? When did I tell you I'm going to take a step back?
You didn't need to say it. We've known each other for how long now? We know the signs. But you never tell us about your illness, even when it's clearly flaring up.
And that gives you the right to make a decision on my behalf?
Shortly after you left, the troupe's lead actress came to the Adventurers Guild. She believes that she's healthy enough to perform.
Okay, well then if she can do it.
Excuse me, but can you both take a moment to discuss something else for now? The adventurer assigned to your commission has returned.
Sorry, I was just dealing with a little misunderstanding. So, how did your conversation with Furina go?
Nada, no.
Sadly, it's a no from her. We tried to persuade her, but she wasn't having it. She doesn't want to play the role for personal reasons.
That's fair enough.
I see. Well, circumstances have changed a little, so maybe that's not such bad news after all. You see, our leading lady has just informed me that she's well enough to make it to the show after all. Staging the musical with the full original cast was always the dream, of course.
Oh, right. Sounds like everything worked itself out then.
That's good. Imagine if we had managed to convince Furina to join, only for her to find out she's no longer needed. Yeah, that would have been pretty horrible.
Yeah, she'd be livid. We'd get the scolding of a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, is Lady Furina really so harsh with people?
Only joking, calm down. So, guess we can consider this case closed now, huh? Despite the
Paimon's
fact that we
sticking up
failed to
for Furina.
complete the commission, we were still racking our brains for ideas on the way back here.
Look, there's no point arguing with you about this anymore. You've made yourself very clear, so I'll stop looking for a replacement. This is the last chance we have, though. If your illness flares up again, there won't be time to find anyone to replace you. So, are you absolutely sure you'll be able to handle it? The whole team is putting everything they have into this final performance. We have to make sure it goes ahead.
This is realistic. Like, if you're in a team of like actors and one person doesn't make it, everyone else can't do it.
Yes,
Very-
I'm completely confident.
So you really need
I've been
reliable
taking a new
people.
medication from the doctor, and it's working brilliantly. I'll definitely be able to tough it out until the performance day.
Okay.
I share everyone's desire to commemorate all our years as a troupe with a proper farewell show. So the last thing I want is to be left out.
I don't know her well enough to know.
Every one
Give
of
her the
us
benefit
thinks
of
of
the
this
doubt, yeah?
troupe as their home, myself included.
It would be better if she's
You're
doing it.
right. I'm sorry. I let myself get too worried about the show. I should have asked for your permission first.
All's well that ends well. Sounds like the show will go on.
Paimon, wait here a second.
Sure.
I've got an idea suddenly. Oh, she's been watching. No way.
Hey, how did you...
Why did she...
I was just passing by because I realized
That was so
I forgot
cute.
a couple of items on my shopping list.
That is so cute that she came just to watch. Oh, that is really cute. Seriously, I don't know. Somehow... So she was interested.
All right, I'm coming. No need to drag me. Hello, one and all. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation just now.
Furina? Didn't you say you were gonna take a rest at home? What are you doing here?
Paimon just calling her out.
I was just ever so slightly concerned about the situation you mentioned. Yes, a teensy bit concerned, that's all. When you came to talk with me earlier, I jumped right to explaining my position and said some strongly worded things. And all before I even had a full grasp of the situation. Anyway, I just feel a bit bad about how it went down.
Oh, she's got a good heart. I mean, we know that already. We know that already. It's the biggest heart of all, actually. And a lot of courage. Most courage.
I'm sorry, Paimon.
Wow.
Oh, it's totally fine. Paimon didn't take any of that personally.
Oh, Paimon's great. Just rolls off your back like water off a duck's back. Then why didn't you just show yourself?
You really have a knack for asking the most uncomfortable questions, don't you? I felt very sheepish, having had a change of heart after flatly refusing you. And then, to make matters worse, you caught me.
Oh.
But in any case, it sounds like the issue has already been
The
resolved.
good thing about this story quest is that she's being herself. You know what I mean? She's being more vulnerable and like not hiding everything. It's kind of, well, she couldn't before, but it's nice that she can put a guard down.
Yeah. When they said they were gonna ask for your help, I almost had a heart attack. I mean, how could we be worthy of having Lady Furina star in our show?
I love that they still love her and call her Lady Furina.
There's no need to think like that. And no need to keep addressing me as lady. Just Furina is fine.
She deserves the title.
I was wondering, if this troupe is so important to all of you, why does it have to disband? If the difficulties are purely financial, then there must be a solution. You could put the shows on pause while you look for a sponsor, for instance. Everyone seems so devoted
Could she
to
be a
the
manager
troupe.
or something?
I'm sure if you keep chipping away, you'll find a way through.
We all want to believe that, but some things are just beyond our control. Everything's been going downhill ever since we lost our director. She was the heart and soul of our troupe. She kept us going.
Ooh, can Furina be the director? She's not an actor, she's a director.
Her name was O'Reilly, And she was the founder, as well as the artistic director of our troupe. And tragically, she was a victim in this serial disappearances case.
Oh, one of the girls that Vacher did.
What?
That's actually how I recognized these two. It was all thanks to their efforts that the true culprit was brought to justice.
Wow, it all ties in together with the Arkham Quest.
But still, no sentence can bring our director
That's
back
sad.
to us.
She was a loyal fan of your performances, Miss Furina. They were what first inspired her to get into musical theater. She rallied many people around her who were destitute or had lost their sense of purpose in life, and convinced them to join her troupe. She wrote her own scripts, acted on stage, and mentored each and every one of us. People loved our performances back then. We seemed to be going from strength to strength. Things were really looking up for us.
And then disaster struck.
Yeah. After that, the entire troupe fell into disarray. None of us know anything about script writing, let alone how to handle the business side of things. We've been doing the best we can. But despite our efforts, things are slowly but surely
I reckon
falling
Furina's
apart.
involved now. She's emotionally involved now. She wants to help out.
It's
'Cause she's got a big
agonizing.
heart.
But ultimately, we'd rather end things now on our own terms than stick it out to the bitter end and watch all our dreams turn to dust.
Oh,
It's so sad.
What a terrible waste. A gifted artist from humble beginnings who achieved so much and no doubt had much more to give. And then her life was so cruelly taken. I suppose it's fair to say then that this final show, besides being your farewell to the stage, is also your final gift for her?
Yes, exactly. We all miss her
That's
terribly.
pretty beautiful.
Well, good thing I followed the traveler here. After hearing this tragic tale, I can no
Oh.
longer stand by and do nothing.
She's got the biggest heart. She's like a hero, seriously. Honestly. She is so cool.
Furina.
I know what you're thinking, but I by no means plan to cross the boundary I've set for myself. Besides, they're no longer looking for a replacement anyway. I can, however, provide some artistic guidance from the vantage point of a highly experienced audience
Can
member.
she take over the role? Somehow?
But only if you feel this is something that would help, of course.
She's so nice.
Oh, most definitely. We'll take any guidance that you can give.
We unfortunately don't have any budget for a consultant, though. Will that be a problem?
She just eats macaroni. She's fine.
I don't need any compensation. All I'd ask in return, if you're willing, is that you tell me some more about the life and work of your late director.
Aww. You know what? She could make friends from this. You know what I mean? Because she's just been lonely in her house. Just like thinking that people don't like her.
Something I've begun to realize since my departure from the Opera Epicles is that there's a lot you don't see when you observe everything from on high.
True.
The law only judges criminal behavior and does not weigh human emotion. The court's verdict can settle the question of criminal liability, but what about all the unresolved
music's so
emotions
good.
of the parties involved?
That's so good memories.
What happens to them?
A verdict can bring emotional catharsis. They come pouring out and flow away into infinity.
An interesting answer. But if you ask me, I think all emotion shall ultimately return home to the heart and slowly settle with the passage of time.
Like water.
Take, par exemple, how this troupe pines for their late director.
Exemplar.
Things such as this I have never witnessed before, and so I should like to observe, perchance to understand.
This is good for her. That's so good.
Still a fan of your old dramatic monologues then, huh?
Paimon, bringing her back down. Just love it.
You just want to get back in on the action, don't you?
Paimon's cool.
No. This is a completely different situation. Pearls before swine.
What's that mean?
The name's not Swine, it's Paimon!
Would you be willing to join me? Come on, take a break from adventuring to listen to a story.
Now it's her time to convince us to join. That's hilarious. It's like, what happened there? Since it's you, I'll do it. Oh, that's the first one. I'll do it. No, since it's you, I'll do it.
Thank you all
Do
so
anything
much.
for Furina.
Our
She
director was
deserves
a
it.
huge fan of Miss Furina's performances, as of course we all are. Alright, follow me. We'll go to our usual practice space. Please excuse the size. It's a little on the smaller side.
Where is it? Okay, I can run there. Yeah, let's follow the line while I can talk. Anyway, I was saying that I normally have like a lot of characters, level up to 80 or so, but now I feel like I want to pick my favorite ones, like build a team around them that I enjoy playing, and then like level each of them to maybe 90 or at least 80/90, get their weapons up to 90, boost up their talents, because most of them are like at most actually on average about 666, and some of them, because I built them to 80 but I didn't level up their artifacts yet, so that's what I'm doing now. So I'm picking up, I'm like, what do they call it, vertical investment instead of horizontal investment, so it's kind of cool. So I'm definitely liking Lisa. Baiju. I really like Baiju for some reason. I really like him. Like, I want characters that when I play them, I enjoy it and they make me feel happy, which there's quite a lot actually that are like that. But not spreading myself too thin, basically. So right now it's all about leveling Lisa to 90. She's currently 85, I think it is. So that's cool. So I was just chatting while we ran there. This is so cool.
Huh? Lady Furina?
What's Lady Furina doing here?
This is so cool.
Hello all. Allow me to explain. As of today, Miss Furina will be supporting our production of The Little Oceanid in the role of artistic consultant.
Yay! You know when the quest was called The Little Oceanid, I thought maybe it meant Furina.
These two
maybe-
over here
maybe it does.
are the ones that made it possible. They kindly reached out to Miss Furina on our behalf.
Miss Furina.
I'm sure they need no introduction.
I'm sorry, you can't join right now. I'm busy.
You bet! That was the trial of the century!
You helped bring our director's murderer to justice. We can't thank you enough.
Aww, she's getting the love.
Oh, please don't mention it. We're
Oh, they're
just here
talking about us.
to join
I
in on
thought
the
she meant
fun.
Furina. Oh yeah, that's right. We were the ones that were the detectives.
So, you were saying The Little Oceanid?
Yeah, that's the name of our final show. It's an unfinished script left behind by our director.
Is Furina gonna finish the script?
One of our greatest regrets is that she never got to complete it. So, if we can bring it to the stage and make it a successful show, we can all take
This
some
makes a lot of
solace in
sense
that.
now. Like once you hear more about it, like it makes it such a good reason why she wants to act in it, even though she's sick. I wonder if Furina's gonna have to take over because she gets sick later on. But also they want to do a tribute for the director.
Wait, but if it's not finished, then...
Finding an actress was the least of your problems.
Yeah, we've been battling issues on every front trying to realize this dream. Anyway, let me give you a quick summary of what the story's all about. The protagonist of the story is a young Oceanid who transforms herself into human form, despite the protests of her family.
Okay.
She longed to live just like any other human. And sure enough, she found friendship and even love. Everything seemed perfect.
And then tragedy struck.
But one day, her true identity was exposed, and her world came crashing down around her.
So far, so good. A classic tale. What happened after that?
That's one of the issues we've been trying to deal with. Unfortunately, this was as far as the director got with her
Oh
script.
no, really?
We need a proper ending so we can bring this musical to the stage. But people have different opinions on which direction to take it in.
Okay, can we hear some ideas?
We still haven't decided between a happy ending or a true-to-life tragedy.
Oh, tough choice, tough choice.
By true to life, you mean the director's sudden disappearance?
Yeah, like they say, truth is stranger than fiction. But then there's the question of whether we really want to use the stage to pass our raw pain onto the audience.
Exactly. A lot of the time, people come to watch a show just hoping for some light entertainment. We have to consider their emotional stake in this, not just our own. And one last thing. We're still waiting on confirmation from 2 of our main actors.
Confirmation.
The first is Paulo, who plays the protagonist's lover. He's locked himself away to focus on writing an ending for the script.
Oh,
But the deadline's passed, and we still haven't heard from him.
what's happening?
The other is Villemont, who plays the main antagonist. He took the director's death pretty hard. Hasn't set foot in the city since.
Damn.
He did write to us, promising that he'll be there for the final performance, but we haven't seen or heard from him since. So we're not really sure what to make of that.
This like players like just hanging by like a thread. Like it's like if they are successful, it's gonna be like one of those documentaries afterwards, like
Although,
behind the scenes of how it
now
came to
that
be.
we have Miss Furina helping us,
Dramatic.
maybe we should take the opportunity to get everyone back together.
Oh, they'll come for Furina.
What opportunity? What do you mean?
Maybe you're unaware, but your name has always been like a rallying cry for us.
Oh, that's beautiful. Hey, I was wondering, is Furina the short hair with the black shorts? Is that her after she's? Is that like the Miss Furina? And that's the difference between the two. You know how she got the long hair and the white pants? Is that the difference? Because right now she's got the short hair.
Our director was constantly singing your praises. All of us look up to you as a role model.
Oh, stop! You're making me all flustered. Although, not in a bad way. I suspect the reason they're dragging their feet is that they have their doubts about whether the show will really go ahead, considering all the issues you've been facing. But one by one, all the obstacles are being removed. Now is the time to rally the troops.
Makes sense. Okay, priority number 1, let's check in with Paulo and see where he's at with the ending. He went back to Poisson a few days ago. Said that staying in a friend's home might help him to relax and escape the feeling of isolation.
I thought the last thing his friend would want right now would be to take visitors, given that Poisson was flooded not too long ago. But I guess it's the opposite. A friend in need and all that.
Yeah, maybe he could use some company.
Poisson.
Damn. Damn. Something wrong. Don't you know what's wrong? Are we that dumb?
Nothing. I suppose my presence will be indispensable if we are to restore his faith in the show. So allons-y. To Poisson!
How are we that thick that we don't know that Poisson would be sad for her? How? I want to know how we're that dumb. Nobody's that dumb, right? I mean, there would be people that dumb, but surely not us. And it just happened not that long ago, right? Okay. If you've done the Archon quest, you know what happened in Poisson. It was pretty sad. I wonder if we'll see Navia. This is where she hangs out, right? Ooh, might as well. I'll level up Lisa later. We got some XP books. Let's go to Beijing. Oh my god, things were so sad. Oh my god, they got the sad music again. Oh, I don't want to fall through the hole. Yeah, one time I actually fell. I was like confident that they had made it so that you don't fall. But then I actually fell through the hole. I go, what? You actually can fall? Maybe it depends. Ugh, what happened there? Maybe it was just... Oh! Maybe it was just the last one. Oh my gosh. Just that last one, maybe? I was just thinking the mood is so different. The last couple times... Oh! This is funny. Hope he's not dead. I need him to heal. us. Oh my god, he actually got
Mind
hurt.
the side effects.
If we can actually make it across the bridge, I think if I go as Yalan and I run, things should be fine. Let's make it a challenge. Even Baiju doesn't have any artifacts leveled up. I got him to 80. I actually chose Baiju over Furina. Because, I mean, it was a good choice. I really liked it. A lot. Did I go too far? Oh. Huh?
If I remember correctly, this is where he's staying.
Who is it?
It's me. Is the script ready?
You came all the way here for that?
Alright. Forget that for now. Just come on out. We've got some great news.
Nice try. Look, just give me some time, okay? I'm just wrapping up this last part of the script. I'll be out once I'm done.
Okay then. Looking forward to your masterpiece.
He doesn't want to meet Furina.
So, as expected, he's missed the deadline.
The ending is one of the most important parts of the show. Even once he's done, it isn't final until we've all had the chance to read through and make sure we agree on it.
Makes sense.
Someone told me they'd just seen you in Poisson. I assumed it was a case of mistaken identity, but sure enough, here you are. And Furina, too.
I was wondering if we might run into her.
Me too. Oh, the music.
So, you're here for Palo? Looks like you could be a while, so feel free to take a stroll around town in the meantime. I've made all the arrangements already.
Does nobody in Fontaine know what Furina did? Like, they're just very blasé about this whole thing. Like, they don't realize that Furina, what she went through. We know, and we haven't told anybody.
Oh, it's okay. We can just wait here.
What?
Thank you for being so considerate, Miss Navia. That sounds wonderful. We'll take that stroll. Get over here, you! How oblivious are you?
I noticed in a lot of the Archon, this last Fontaine Archon quest, there was a few instances where characters were like, "Oh, we should go. Let them alone." You know, like it was a theme.
How are things in Poisson now? Any better?
Things are on the mend, but it's a slow process. Some people may never recover from the trauma they experienced.
I'm sorry to hear that. I wish there was something I could do.
You did more than enough.
Please, must our conversations take such a depressing turn every time we meet? We all have painful memories, but we don't have to let them cloud everything we do.
It's a good attitude. Come on, Furina.
And if you're trying to make a new start, perhaps it's best if you don't bring up the past all the time.
I like that they addressed it at least.
Thank you for your words of comfort. You make a very good point. But for now, at least, I think I should stay with the way I'm feeling for a while longer.
Yeah, of course. You can't just put your feelings underneath.
It's
under the rug.
okay. These things take time. Moving on from a painful experience is easier said than done.
She should know too.
Which brings me to why I'm here. I thought you should probably know that not everyone here is ready to forgive and forget after the Hydro Archon's inaction in the face of catastrophe.
Seriously, do people not know what she did? She's like this unsung hero, and she doesn't even care about it. I'm talking about Furina. She doesn't even care. Like, she's not telling everyone what she did. That's a hero.
To avoid upsetting the peace, I told the townspeople that everyone here is a member of the theater troupe, and that you are just an actress playing the role of Furina.
Whoa, you have to lie like that?
It's not a perfect solution, but hopefully it means you won't have to lie low while you're here.
That's so thoughtful
Charge
of you,
complete.
Navia.
Well, what do you expect? I am the courageous and considerate president of Spina di Rosula, after all. Like my father before me.
She's recovered
Anyway,
from all the tragedy.
that was all. Look after her now.
Thank you.
Off we go then. Let's take a look up there. I don't have any friends that I can be frank and honest with, so maybe she's right. You're the closest thing to friends that I have.
We are... I'm your friend. It's nice that she's got us at least. We're not going to trick her into entering a magic box. Oh my god.
I'm so grateful that Miss Nafia was so understanding. To be perfectly honest, I didn't know if I was ready to meet her.
This is actually good for her, like, to actually get it out of into the air.
It's always easiest to just run away from your problems. But that never fixes anything. You can't get around the obstacles without facing them.
So that's why you were nervous when they brought up Poisson.
Oh, Paimon's kind of big too, but we knew that.
Yeah. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared of coming back here. Still,
Wasn't her
I
fault.
felt it was something I had to do. As I was saying before, I want to see for myself the things that I never could in the past.
Good, you deserve it.
I'd be overjoyed if the people here could find it in their hearts to forgive me. But they're more likely to unleash a tirade of vitriol against me. Which, of course, I completely understand and accept.
I'm sure some people didn't buy Navia's lie. I mean, we know what she did, and are we not telling anybody? Maybe is it a secret? Maybe at the end of this story quest.
I can tell people are watching me.
Seriously, the actual hero that saved you all, and you're treating
I'm
her
sure
like this.
some people here see the idea of someone coming to Poisson dressed as the Hydro Archon as extremely disrespectful. I used to be terrified of the gaze of other people, especially when they had suspicion or resentment in their eyes. I guess I wasn't quite ready for this after all.
I'm surprised you're making yourself go through all of this.
Maybe you've taken on a bit too much in one go. Me too. It's not like you. No, I like the top one.
I can't let myself see only the things I want to see. How would that make me any different from before?
She is an awesome character.
Look, there seems to be a crowd gathering over there.
They're not staying quiet. You know what actually reminds me of? Wasn't in Sumeru's Archon quest, she thought that the people didn't like her or something? Or actually, weren't they like all 11 Greater Lord Rukadavada and something? And she felt awkward that when she comes in, everyone stops talking and being relaxed or something. I remember something like that.
Probably time we made a move. How about we check out Spina di Rosula's ship? We should have a view of the whole of Poisson from there.
But actually the story quest is really good so far. Like, it's not making trivial of anything that happened before. Actually, I take back everything I said about it being like light compared to the Arkham quest. It's still tackling those issues. Like a continuation, like closure, catharsis, closure. Hopefully we get some closure at the end.
I'm sorry. You probably just wanted a relaxing stroll. And here I am dumping all this heavy stuff on you.
Don't be sorry. You of all people have the right to like dump as much stuff as you want after what you did for everybody.
We don't mind. It's actually refreshing to see a different inside of you.
Actually, I was just gonna say that. Like, it's kind of like you know how she was about to open up to us inside Arkham Quest Act 5 in the magic box. It feels like now we're getting to experience that. Her being open with us.
Great. Well, I appreciate your company, so please don't disappear just yet. I don't know whether you can tell, but the years of suffering and loneliness aren't the only reason I have a hard time facing up to who I used to be.
This is a beautiful scene. Just us chilling. Her opening up.
As I stand here by the ship, I can't get the images of the rising water out of my mind.
Traumatized.
One after another, people were taken by the water. All those treasured lives and memories washed out of existence.
But look at all
in
the
an
people she
instant.
saved.
They thought their god would protect them. They had absolute faith that when disaster struck, a divine power would save them from harm. And all the while, I played my part to perfection to convince them that was true. But then the floodwaters finally came, and the Hydro Archon did nothing.
From their point of view, I can actually see it as well. And nobody's told them the truth,
like that.
so you can't blame them,
You're
really.
only doing your duty.
Don't be... Well, Paimon knows what happened then. Don't be so harsh on yourself, really.
I've had to go through so many moments like that for the sake of protecting the truth. As time went on, it got harder and harder to bear, and I became more lonely and isolated.
It's actually good that they're doing all this in the story quest, because at the end of the Arkham quest, it kind of just... You didn't even barely see any of Furina, which I thought was perfect for the Arkham quest. How it happened like that. And now we get her, like, proper closure.
Eventually, I realized I had nothing left except the truth. I became terrified of completely failing in my task, and was haunted by the thought of being left all alone, weeping on my throne.
This must be so nice. She can finally talk to someone. She can share her secret. Isn't that beautiful?
Fortunately, we were able to avoid the worst case scenario thanks to the help of heroic individuals such as yourselves.
She is the most integral part of it all.
Everyone rose to their responsibilities, and I finally regained my freedom.
Good for you.
But on some level, freedom also means no longer being needed. I have no further use to people.
Damn. This is so good.
Paimon would have never imagined you'd see it that way.
Think of your freedom as your reward.
Reward?
Because now you can finally speak your heart. You don't have to be anguished and alone anymore.
I guess so. Back then, I didn't even dare to dream about having someone to confide in.
Now she's got us.
I was scared of someone recognizing me for who I truly was, and exposing the secret I swore to protect. Believe in the Furina you see on stage. She is the one you can trust. I had to keep all my feelings, all my curiosity about life to myself. No one could be allowed to know. That's what I really meant when I said I'm no good at maintaining relationships.
It's so interesting. So good.
So that's where you were coming from. Paimon totally thought you were just a bit of a diva at heart.
Oh, so Paimon now gets to see her real side too.
Could you please get off my case? I don't know what's gotten into you today. I'm making an effort here. You could at least try to do the same.
What Paimon meant to say was she doesn't like to see you so down. Do you feel better having gotten all of this off your... Oh, I'm gonna do the top one.
I do. I once had nothing but the truth, and now I'm finally free to live my own life again. And even though I have no idea where I'm going right now, at least the choice is in my hands.
Yes. Oh my god. So happy for her. You deserve it.
Alright, it's about time to head back. Paulo should have finished the ending by now.
Sure. Okay, let's head back and check it out.
She's so different to how she is when she's being Lady Furina. It's so interesting.
Didn't you say you needed to watch what you eat? You're supposed to be cutting down on fried foods, not wolfing down copious quantities of fish and chips, you know?
Come on. It's not every day we get to dine at Spina di Rosula's expense. Can you believe how generous she is? I'm not about to pass on free food. Anyway, my character doesn't need to be slim and good-looking. That's your job.
Are you kidding me right now? It's not your character's health I'm worried about, it's yours. I've spent my whole life battling the effects of ill health, and it kills me to watch you willingly ruin yours by filling yourself up with junk all the time.
Oh no, looks like they're arguing again. We're back! Could you maybe put your differences aside for a moment?
Ah, you're back. We've been enjoying Spina di Rosula's VIP treatment in your stead. Paulo's nearly done. We shouldn't have to wait too much longer.
Great! So you were discussing your characters, right? We heard she's playing the Oceanid who turns into a human girl. What about you?
Me? I'm an Oceanid too.
He was originally supposed to take the form of a crane, but he outgrew that role. Well, the costume at least. So now he's playing the boar instead.
Sorry.
The boar's not a bad character, actually. He's the one who raises the little Oceanid, yes?
That's right. He has some pretty memorable lines too. Like when he imparts some solemn words of wisdom to the little Oceanid. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly
You know,
what you
is
want?
this the trailer that I saw in the animated trailer, the beautiful one with the song?
Wait,
I think it is.
That sounds kind of familiar.
It's the most important line in the whole script. I think it's a symbolic statement about our director's life and legacy. She kept quiet about all the trials and tribulations she faced in running our troupe, allowing us to devote ourselves fully to performing. It was only after she was gone that we realized how tough her job really was.
Oh, is this like Furina herself?
You mentioned earlier that the troupe is like your home.
Yeah. I was born with an incurable illness, and once my family found out it couldn't be treated, they decided they didn't want me anymore.
Damn.
I spent some years taking whatever work I could find and trying to manage my illness with various medicines. But whenever I had a bad flare-up, I'd be lying in an alleyway for days at a time.
It's such a twist. Like, you know, when you get the storyline at the start and you hear about this girl who's an actress and she's sick and the troupe can't do it. It's like completely different to this. Like, it's so good.
It was like that until the director found me one day. She told me I had a great voice and asked if I was interested in studying singing from her. I said yes.
Gave her purpose.
She took me under her wing, taught me to both sing and act, helped me find Mora for my meds, took care of me when my condition decided to flare up. I know it was all a huge burden on her.
She sounds like a really incredible person.
I agree.
She really was. She gave everything she had to her troupe and the people in it. All of us were so proud to call her our director. I was a lost child too when she found me. As the child of a murderer, my parents weren't around when I was little, so I got sent to an orphanage. The other kids were always picking fights with me. They'd say things like, "Come on, you must be pretty tough if you're the son of a murderer." It was just to taunt me, though. I was an easy target, and they knew it. One day, I got beaten up so bad that I just couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. I lost all faith in humanity by that point. Thought the whole world was out to get me.
Let me guess. Fortunately, the next person you ran into was the director.
Yeah. For the first time in my life, I was somewhere I
This
felt
story
safe.
is sad too. What the hell?
And I promised myself I'd stay here until the day the group parted ways.
Damn it.
The day you hoped would never come.
This was so
How
good.
times change.
Oh, you're finally done? Get your butt over here.
Family.
There's someone I need to introduce you to. This is our new artistic consultant, Miss Furina.
How's he gonna take it?
Furina? The Furina? Oh my god, how did you manage to wrangle that?
Please, the honor is all mine. I was profoundly moved to hear about your troupe and your wonderful director. I just wanted to do something to help.
Same here.
Even so, this is just... Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I'll try to calm down. Now, where was I? Ah, yes, the script, of course. Let me give you a rundown of how the story unfolds in my version of the script. I'm sure you're already familiar with the beginning of the story. A little Oceanid decides she wants to become a human, against the wishes of her family. She finds love and friendship in the bustling city. But then, disaster strikes.
Oh, it's a beautiful drawing.
The people start to notice that all the fresh water in the surrounding area is slowly disappearing. The soil is becoming arid, plants and flowers are withering, and the people begin to panic. The little Oceanid, Cleo, and her lover decide to do something about it and investigate the truth of the matter together. In the end, they discover that all the waste and pollution created by humans over the years has caused the fresh water to flee the land, as if driven by a consciousness of its own.
Consciousness? You mean the water is sentient?
Water as a conscious entity. There's actually quite a few stories that explore this theme.
Since the little Oceanid is a water spirit, she immediately understands how the water is feeling. She then tells her lover about her true identity, as well as the truth behind the crisis.
This is a good story too.
Her lover accepts her for who she is, and works with her to find a way to bring the water back. However, unbeknownst to them, there were some people eavesdropping when she revealed her secret.
Oh damn, and they blame her?
The little Oceanid is accused of being directly responsible for driving the water away, and faces the greatest dilemma of her life.
No.
And then?
In the end, she makes the brave decision to sacrifice herself to save her lover, and
How?
the rest of humanity.
Huh? But didn't they all treat Cleo like a villain? Why would she want to save them after that?
Well, she mainly wanted to save her lover, plus everyone who'd stood up for her.
Through her love for her human partner, she was able to find an even greater love, one that extended to all of humanity. Surely the biggest strength of Cleo's character.
there's actually something else that bothers me. You know the protagonist is supposed to represent the director, right? And she never had the chance to become a hero in our world. If we're serious about dedicating this show to her memory, we should make the ending as true to life as possible. What about if the little Oceanid is hounded to death by people who hate her, her lover makes sure her secret never gets out, and humanity continues down the path to extinction?
Whoa.
That sounds like too cruel of an ending to me. And perhaps a little irresponsible to present to the audience.
That ending would be a perfect mirror to Director Aureli's death, both arbitrary and meaningless. On the day when she went missing, Director Aureli had instructed us all, somewhat out of the blue, to leave the court of Fontaine and wait for her outside the city. We waited and waited at the rendezvous point, but she never came. By the time we returned to the city, she disappeared without a trace. We looked for her. The Gardamex looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found. Increasingly, all the signs seemed to point to her being the latest victim in the serial disappearances case.
The director was the kindest soul in the world, yet she was senselessly sacrificed for the sake of a so-called experiment by someone who had nothing to do with her at all.
But doesn't the way she suddenly told you to leave the city suggest that maybe she had some sense of what was about to happen? It almost seems as if she was moving you to safety.
I've been trying to follow up on that ever since, but all my efforts so far have turned up nothing. Villemont might know something, but he won't open up to me.
Villemont? The one who's playing the role of the villain?
Yeah. He's been overwhelmed by grief. I think the director's death hit him hardest of all.
Grief? Guilt, more like. Also,
Why is he guilty?
I have a hard time imagining that anyone took it harder than me. Because, well, speaking of the play being true to life,
Oh.
I was deeply, madly in love with Aureli.
That's why he was locked in the room.
What? You kept that one quiet.
It's time to be upfront with you all. No more keeping secrets from each other. We'll never be able to agree on the ending if we can't be honest about how we feel. I did tell her how I felt once, but she turned me down pretty much straight away. She said that we were all like brothers and sisters to her, and she'd never considered us as potential romantic partners. Not that it came as a shock or anything. It was what I was expecting to hear. So I told her I'd always be there for the troupe, and I'd always be there for her.
That's cool.
I said, maybe one day in the future, when everyone's settled into their own lives and on the up and up, and managing the troupe no longer required her constant attention, well, maybe then she could reconsider what she really wanted in her life. And now, that day will never come.
Paulo.
So if I'm the one writing this ending, then I'm gonna make sure it does right by Aureli. I won't let anyone get in the way of that.
Wow, well, he's honest about it.
In that case, you have to straighten things out with Villemont once and for all. We've all had our differences of opinion over the ending, but those two have never seen eye to eye on anything. One of them has to compromise if we're ever going to reach a final decision.
Does the other guy love her too?
Well, if that's where we're at, looks like it's time to go visit Villemont.
Are you ready to face the truth?
Honestly, I'm slightly terrified. But for the sake of our final performance, I'll do whatever it takes.
This means a lot to these people.
Funny you should ask, though. You really do get what I'm going through right now.
I certainly do.
Certainly do.
Come on, everyone. Allons-y!
More XP books. Normally I would like to end it there, but let's just try to do it all in one video.
going. Delphi, are you sure you can manage in your condition?
I could ask you the same question. Try to keep up.
I like it. She's got a lot of energy at the moment.
Ugh, as if this journey wasn't tough enough already without a roadblock.
Don't worry. We should all be fine with the traveler here. We don't need to take a detour.
Facts. We can handle this.
Wait, why are you all looking at me? You're not seriously expecting me to fight, are you?
We're just curious, that's all. I don't think anyone's ever seen Furina in a fight before.
Yeah, but don't you remember why? The Hydro Archon willingly gave up all her power so it could be converted into indemnitium. Miss Furina said so herself.
Precisely. And I'm not even the Hydro Archon anymore, so all my power is gone anyway. As much as it pains me, unfortunately, I should just stay put. I'm more like a damsel in distress more than anything.
That sounded so smug. Ugh, secondhand embarrassment is unbearable.
C'est la vie. Let's do some French lines. This doesn't require god level powers. Don't you know any self-defense? I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Both of these are pretty good. I like the French one. Let's say some French to work.
C'est la vie indeed. Alas, I am forced to watch on helplessly as a more brave and seasoned adventurer than I swoops in to save the day.
Why do I feel like she's playing a part?
Aw, too bad. I was so pumped to feast my eyes on fight mode Furina.
Sorry to leave all the heavy lifting to you.
It's fine. We do it all the
Don't
time.
worry, piece of cake.
True, true, true.
The doctor will see you. Everyone hold hands.
Quietly now.
Blow them all up. Jumpy, jumpy, go. Boing, boing, go.
Mind the side effects. Seems like an emergency.
Take it easy. Here comes the catch.
The Temple of Wisdom. Yeah. Woo.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Yeah. I see everything. La la la. Ah.
Bravo! Good show! You certainly live up to your reputation.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, the path is cleared now, so onwards and upwards.
Like I was saying earlier before, I really like this team. I enjoy using them. Up there? It's great. I'm just so happy. I like having a team that makes me happy.
Vilma, are you there?
Huh? Oh, it's you guys. Wait, what's Lady Furina doing here?
I can explain. We've been rounding up the whole troop. We now have everyone except you.
Delphi,
So, you
Explains.
think knowing the truth about the director's disappearance will help you write an ending to the script that pleases everyone? I care just as much as everyone else about making the little Oceanid a success. That's why I wanted to wait until after the show.
he loves it too.
If I open this can of worms now, I just don't want to make things difficult between us. We're supposed to be a unit when we're on stage.
Viamont, avoiding the truth will not help anyone. Unless you mean to suggest that Aurelie's death had something to do with you.
Huh?
I don't want to talk about it.
Really?
Listen, Viamont. I used to think that my love for Aurelie was a point of shame. I never brought it up to anyone. But now, I've made up my mind to put it all on the table. I'm prepared to face everything, to sacrifice everything for the sake of the show. The little Oceanid cannot be complete unless we do justice to Aurelie on an emotional level.
This is why people think of you as not being the smart one. As you all know already, the troupe was kept afloat not from ticket sales, but donations from the audience. Of course, that was nowhere near enough. We took on side jobs when we weren't performing, but even then, the troupe's financial situation was pretty dire.
Can I message my friend Emily about this story quest? Sorry.
So, anyway, one day after a show, a merchant came to me and offered us a huge sponsorship. In return, we just had to provide the audience with their drinks during performances. It seemed like a win-win, so I said yes to it on the spot without consulting the director. It was only when the merchant came to deliver the goods that I realized the drink in question was synth.
Oh! That's Vacher's one, right?
Isn't that the drink paddled by the culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
I remember that it induces a state of euphoria, but it also causes significant harm to the body.
I freaked out when I saw the boxes. And I told the director everything right away. She was completely shocked as well. But she didn't reprimand me for making the decision without consulting her. Instead, she contacted the merchant and stated that the troupe could not agree to this collaboration. The merchant was furious, berated us for going back on our word, and threatened to sue us for damages. The amount was astronomical. There was...
And then?
I was going to sort it on my own, but the director stopped me. She said that this was an issue for the whole troupe and it wasn't my fault. But things only got worse from there. The synth merchant just wouldn't let up, and then suddenly the director told us all to leave the city one day. I knew then that things must have reached a boiling point. I admit this whole thing was my mistake. I didn't dare to tell any of you the truth back then, and after the director disappeared, I was even more afraid to say anything.
You brought the director to the attention of the synth dealer. Your mistake gave them a motive to kidnap and murder her?
Yeah, I got Aurelie killed. There, I said it. Happy now?
Not intentionally, though.
Hey, don't say that.
You traitor! You knew Aurelie was in danger. Why in God's name didn't you tell us? What do you mean? You were afraid. This was a life and death situation. We could have saved her. How could you be so stupid?
Well, he feels guilty too.
Please, try not to get too worked up.
Yeah, listen to him. You need to stay calm.
Stay calm? How can I stay calm? This guy got Aurelie murdered. She was the love of my life. And he has the gall to try and high-road us, claiming that he kept his mouth shut for the sake of the show. How about taking some responsibility for what he's done?
All I can say is I'm sorry. Truly. I wanted to apologize to everyone in the troupe, but that won't bring back the director. What good is my apology now?
Sure.
I'm just a coward who made an awful, terrible mistake that I can never take back. Beat me up if you want. Kill me if you prefer. It's what I deserve. End my life. So I can meet the director and apologize to her in person.
Damn.
Get out of my sight. Go, get lost. I don't ever want to see your face again.
This guy's taking it way too hard. I mean, obviously, he did love her, but...
That's enough!
It's not his fault.
You've screamed and shouted at each other for long enough. Now pipe down, both of you!
Good.
Can you stop conflating the show on stage with your real-life relationships in the troupe? You keep saying that you want to use this final performance to pay tribute to your director and celebrate her life. How can you do that if you're just using it as an excuse to vent your own emotions?
This is so good. Go Furina. I was actually thinking just a moment before that this storyline is like kind of not really involving Furina, but it's giving her a point, like a you know, this moment.
You're right.
I'm sorry.
Good. Slap some sense into
On
him.
stage, the lead role is the focal point of the audience's attention. And you're all used to seeing the director as the heart of the troupe. But in her own life, Her greatest desire wasn't to be the center of attention. I can tell how much she loved you all, and how much she loved the troop. What she wanted was to build a warm home for all of her brothers and sisters. To shield you all from the storms that rage in the world outside. That's how you should remember her. And that's what you should be celebrating.
Is it kind of like a for what she did?
I understand why
She
you're
just wants
trying to make
the
her
people
the
happy?
hero of the story, but isn't she your hero already? After everything she did for you?
Oh, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything else to make her the hero of the story. She already is the hero. That's so deep.
Yeah.
So think hard about what that means. And then think again about what you hope to achieve by arguing with each other.
Good.
If you really hate each other and can't reconcile your differences, then you could just call it quits now. Why bother with the final performance if the group is already fractured?
Wow, this is so good. It's so good.
But you can't bring yourself to do that, can you? You care too much about Director O'Reilly and the home she built you all to let go.
Why is she laughing?
What are you laughing at? I don't see what's so funny.
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's just that for a moment there, it felt like our director was back with us again.
That's kind of cool.
If she'd seen Paulo and Vilmont at each other's throats like that, she would have scolded them exactly like you did, in that same stern voice.
Really? But she sounded like such a gentle person.
Of course she was. Even her harshest lectures came from a place of kindness, and it showed. She really was a truly outstanding person.
What you said, it really puts everything into perspective.
Yeah, it was very good.
I'm truly sorry. I really meant for this to be a genuine apology, but I ended up making it all about me and my...
It's all right. Let's save all this for after the performance.
So, the ending. What are we gonna do about it?
Clearly, everyone needs to take a step back for now and reflect on what really matters. When emotions are running high, things get lost in the fray.
Wow, that's such wisdom.
The end of the story needs to focus back on O'Reilly herself. She's the true star of the show.
Facts. It might actually be possible to find out more about her fate. What does that
What
mean?
do you mean?
The Traveler is right. You once investigated that underwater synth base and recovered items belonging to the victims. If you could find anything that O'Reilly left behind, perhaps we can get a better sense of what she went through in her final days.
You really think that's possible?
I trust that nobody would object to the ending of the story being based on O'Reilly's true feelings.
This is so good.
No.
Well, we'll leave this in your capable hands.
Come, let's pay a visit to the Palais Mermonia. The rest of you, head back to the rehearsal location for now, and wait for our good news.
She really took control. I love it. It's past 12 now, and I would really like to end it, but I thought it's so nice to have it all in one go. Let's keep going for now. Oh, wait. I wonder why we're here. Is it... Are we gonna meet Nouvellette? It would be weird not to have Nouvellette.
You want to review some recovered items connected to victims of the serial disappearances case? But, that case has been closed for quite a while now. Still, since you were the ones who discovered and submitted the evidence in the first place, you don't actually have to submit an application. Okay, please hold on. I'll have someone dig them out.
Nice.
So, this is all O'Reilly left behind. Just whatever she was carrying on her person and this tattered old notebook.
Hey! It's full of script lines! And sketches too! Looks like they show where the different props should be placed on stage.
Let me take a look. Maybe there's something in here from after she was kidnapped. Aha! I found something. To whoever discovers this diary. Let's see. Looks like she kept a detailed record of her captor's actions. She even mentions the truth behind the experiments on dissolving young women. If we'd had the chance to examine this notebook carefully back then, it would have been a conclusive piece of evidence proving Vachey's guilt.
Vachey took so many lives. It's still so unthinkable how many victims he had.
I guess Aurelie must have written all of this down in the hope that her records would one day be of use to investigators. Wait, it cuts off.
Something wrong?
Her handwriting here gets patchier and more illegible by the line. She probably didn't have much strength left. Her final words are... I'll let you read them for yourselves.
Someone also was taken. That makes 6, or perhaps the 7th. Someone tried to escape yesterday, but was caught. She hasn't been seen since. Was that yesterday? Maybe not. I've long since lost track of time. Sorry, I don't know if writing this is of any use. This is so sad. or how much longer I can do it for. I can already see my fate approaching, but what terrifies me even more is the thought of seeing others from the troop here. Have I truly protected them? Sorry, I'm so sorry, I can write no more. Man, she's just thinking about protecting them. I think I have a fever and my old stomach troubles have returned, but nobody has given me any medicine. I suppose I am more fortunate than Cressy. The pain keeps her awake all night. I suppose they think that anything goes so long as the experimental subjects can be used up before they die. It is so damp here. I have given her my blanket. So cold, so cold, so cold. As long as one persists, all things will pass. There will be a reward for hard work. I like to tell them such things, but it is I who am losing my grip. If anyone sees this, troop safe, I them important. Please farewell. Apologize. What? Life, perform, future, regret. Cleo. The page is an absolute mess, and the writer's pen seems to have wandered the surface at random. Only some words can be made out, and barely at that. Damn. From this page onward, the diary stops to be replaced with lyrics from musicals. Some are in the form of newspaper clippings, other are handwritten with many crossing out changes. It is apparent. Oh, she's writing the end of the story. It is apparent that the pages have been referenced often and that this was the personal notebook of artistic director Aurelie. She wrote the ending.
She was so terrified.
Oh, it was really sad and dark. She watched a girl get dissolved right in front of her and had to wait for her own death in silence.
She may have been a mighty hero in the eyes of her troop, but at the end of the day, she was only human. I can't bear to think how painful and lonely her final days must have been.
Maybe you can, because you experienced something. But maybe...
Wait. This part on the last page sounds strangely familiar.
Flipping through the notebook, the lyrics continue. However, one page has been torn out, folded up, and placed next to the last blank page. At the bottom of the folded note are 2 new lines. Aurelie has written in handwriting much more legible than before, but it seems that they took her both great effort and a great deal of time to write. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want? Because I am an older sister to them. I love them. What? Damn, that's so sad. Is this the last line of this?
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this still what you want?
This is what Focalor said to Furina. Surely this will get her.
Isn't that the most important line in the little Oceanid?
Because I am an older sister to them.
Oh.
So she didn't regret her decision. Even as she sat in silence, waiting for death to come. I'm sure this is what the troupe would have hoped to hear as well. She had their utmost trust, admiration, and love.
This is beautiful.
And she truly deserved it. Let's go. It's time for them to learn Director O'Reilly's final thoughts.
She's an older sister then, looking after them. Oh my god, did I go to my underground? What? No, that's probably not it. Let's go from here. Yalan will get us there. Will she? Are we going to have to go use the elevator? Well, let's just follow the line. The line will lead us. No doubt. Oh, I don't know which button to press. Again? Down? This is harder than being in the Mirrorpede. Where is this line going? Oh crap. This looks promising. After reading through the notebook, some are lost for words, some weep bitterly, and some grind their teeth and howl with rage. I think we're towards the end. A long time passes before the group is able to calmly come together and finally make a decision.
She deserves a hero's farewell. If that's the only way to convey to the audience the courage and selflessness that she showed in the face of death, then it's a meaningful way to end the story.
Even in the last moments of her life, she was still leaving a trail for others to follow.
She did her best to protect as many people as possible, even if it meant sacrificing herself. We know what choice our little Oceanid would have made now. I don't think any more discussion is necessary.
Perfect, this is so good.
Well, Vilmont, if we put the past aside for now, Do you think you can bring yourself to go ahead with the show?
This is a good ending for them all.
I will channel all my regret and put it into my performance to make this a show worthy of our director. I won't ask for your forgiveness, and you don't need to worry about my feelings. This final farewell show should be about Director Aurelie and her alone.
This is so much better than their fight before.
Then it
Actually, the
seems
fight
like
was
we've
good
reached a
to lead to this. I'm not
consensus.
saying the fight was bad.
I
but-
have a feeling that this will turn out to be the most mesmerizing performance of your lives.
Really? How can you be so sure when you've never even seen them perform before?
Don't underestimate my experience.
Oh, that's right.
After watching a countless number of musicals, I've learned one important thing. If you want to move the audience with your music, you must fully commit and immerse yourself in your role, pouring all your emotion into your performance. And aren't human emotions, love, hate, regret, and hope, just the most mesmerizing things in this world? I don't believe anybody could be more committed to bringing this story to life on the stage than they are now.
Because even the fight was part of it. It's so
Thank you
suitable.
for the vote of confidence, Miss Furina. And thank you for supporting us through all this.
She has friends now.
Then, let's not delay things any longer. We need to discuss the details of the ending and get it nailed down once and for all.
Actually, before that, I'd like to make a proposal. During the curtain call, please allow me to use the director's name instead of my own.
Huh? But then...
After all, this role was originally meant to be played by the director. I'm just filling in for her.
Wow. That's pretty huge.
Besides, a role commemorating her life should be associated with her name.
These people are so great.
Well, if you're sure you're okay with that, I have no objection to it.
Now we're talking like a serious acting troupe. All right, I'll leave you to
This was
fine-tune
good
your
for
musical
Furina,
while
I reckon.
go and procure a stage.
Better than being locked up in her house eating macaroni and being sad.
Procure a stage?
Oh, it's okay. Our usual place doesn't need a reservation.
That place? Oh, don't be silly. For an extraordinary show,
Oh.
we need an extraordinary stage. By which I, of course,
They're gonna
mean
get to perform
the
it
Opera Epiclese.
They're gonna get to perform there.
Whoa, wait, what?
That's gonna really scare them.
No. That's never going to work. It's far too fancy for the likes of us.
What are you afraid of? Surely you don't think that Aurelie's story is unworthy of the grandest stage in Fontaine.
This is so good.
No, that's not what I meant.
It is supposed to be your grand finale, right?
Believe in yourselves. Go big or go home.
I have no problem with it then. How about the rest of you?
This is so good. They're so realistic.
I'll take your silence as a yes. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. It really is a dream come true.
Well, then don't disappoint me. If you mess this up, it'll reflect poorly on me too. Come on. We'll need to get the go-ahead from Nervilette.
Ooh.
I know just where to find him.
Great. So many people will be happy to see him.
During the final scene, maybe we should stop the music just before Cleo takes the stage?
Just deep in thought.
First Miss Furina, now the Opera Epiclese? If only the director was still with us.
Hey, come on. There's no point in dwelling on that now. We have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you're right.
And he was gonna replace
Now's
her.
not the time to get all melancholy.
He was gonna replace her. I mean, yeah, I guess he was worried, but damn, she's so committed to the role.
First Miss Furina, now the Opera Epiclese?
That was an accidental click.
Hey, come on.
Yeah.
Who's this guy? Can't talk to him. Maybe he's just the guy that's in the room all the time.
Best of luck to you.
That's all he got to say. Let's run. Oh no, the elevator. Oh no. I was worried. Oh, it is the elevator. Sorry, Yolad. Overshot. Fourth floor? I don't know. I'm assuming fourth. Ah, I love Yolanda as well. She's cool as. So many characters I love now.
Hey!
Here we go.
I knew you'd be here.
Oh, they get to chat.
I'm here merely for a short break. It has been a while, Miss Furina. And you too, Traveler in Paimon. What might I assist you with today?
I would like to book the Opera Epiclese for an event. You see...
You share the story of the little Oceanid with Nicolette.
I understand. The process for booking the Opera Epiclese is complex and can be somewhat cumbersome. But given that the request is coming from the three of you, I see no reason to make things unduly difficult.
Respect. I like it. We get... was it?
The story of the little Oceanid is most fascinating. I'm looking forward to seeing it performed on stage.
Cool.
I will say, however, that I am surprised to see your passion for the performing arts rekindled after all that has happened.
This is beautiful. Rekindling her passion.
Huh? What do you mean? Do I look excited?
She's so cute.
Yes. And this is the first time that I've seen you like this since your departure from deityhood.
At first, I just felt bad about rejecting them. So I wanted to learn a little bit more about their situation. But one thing led to another, and... well, here we are. In the past, we sat in our high chairs in the court, giving our opinions on isolated cases, all while knowing very little about the human stories behind each and every one.
That's so true, and in this one we really get deep.
Maybe it's because I finally become an ordinary person and gained my freedom, but I've developed a great sense of curiosity about their lives.
Aww. She's loving it.
I am truly delighted to see you find a new lease on life.
He's
now that you've regained some confidence, have you had any thoughts regarding a return to the stage?
Why would you suddenly ask a question like that?
Well, if the little Oceanid turns out to be a great success, it will no doubt become a classic. Many theater companies are certain to add it to their repertoire. The experiences and decisions of the protagonist, Cleo, are all modeled after your own. Naturally, this makes you eminently suited to playing the leading role.
Whoa.
It would truly be a shame if you did not take this opportunity to allow audiences to enjoy your outstanding acting talents once more.
Haven't I already made myself clear? I won't act or perform in any role ever again. No exceptions.
Wow.
Nor do I think it is any great shame. There is no lack of fine actors or inspirational stories, either on or off the stage.
What if that main girl happens to get sick? She might have to...
This experience is a case in point. I feel like I've learned a lot, and it has already been well worth the price of admission.
She did gain stuff from this.
I must admit, though, I'm a little envious. They're quite fortunate to be able to bid farewell to their past in such a magnificent manner.
It is beautiful, really.
I see. Well, I'm glad to learn that you have found a role to play that you enjoy, be it on the stage or not.
I like that no one really pressures her. They just want her.
I sincerely hope the show will serve as the grandest of finales. I will have my staff book the date and mail the relevant paperwork to the troupe once the details are confirmed.
Thanks, Nervalette.
You are very welcome.
Cool.
Many people were once enthralled by Lady Furina's performances, myself included. I hope that one day she'll be able to understand that our appreciation was always sincere.
Aww. It's lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Yeah, wrong button. I'm assuming it's ground floor. This line is so good. Just the fact that I don't have to like go for my map in the cities and stuff. So nice. Quality of life.
Good news, everyone. It's done. The Opera Epiclese is booked.
Wow.
Thanks
Huge.
to my eloquent and impassioned speech, Monsieur Nervalette was moved to provide us with a fitting stage for this special performance. We've had to fight every step of the way for this opportunity, but we now have all of the ingredients necessary to stage a truly spectacular performance. A touching story, a magnificent venue, and last but not least, a passionate and dedicated cast. Now, let's work together and make this show the best it can be.
Oh, she's like so good at being a director.
This is truly wonderful.
It's a great ending.
The sooner we can finalize the ending, the more time we'll have to rehearse.
This is like watching a little movie, don't you think?
Fiamma and I just went
This
over
could be a
some parts
movie
of the
plot.
script and tweaked a few things. I think it's really going to resonate with the audience now.
Wow, you two had a constructive conversation? That's great!
So good.
Communication is vital to any good performance.
They're a team again.
Look at us. We've come so far. I never could have pictured this scene a few days ago.
Started from the desperation of the commission.
It's amazing! Even though Furina's still being a bit of a drama queen about it all, she's really fired everyone up!
I'm really looking forward to the final production.
Please feel free to give us any comments or suggestions you have. We really value your input.
Hey, Loic, get over here. Time to practice the opening number.
Oh, this is so cool. That's a good shot, isn't it? That looks so... Oh, you missed it. Oh, I missed that shot. That was a good one. Oh, that's so cute.
Cursed Cleo. She stole the waters of life from us. She's a fraud, and she must pay for her crimes.
This has nothing to do with her. The
This is
ignorance
like-
and hatred of our people is to blame. How can we hope to win back the water's favor if we don't change our ways?
Isn't this like nice closure for the whole Archon quest, but it's like on a personal level of the people of Fontaine?
This guy could be useful. Take him hostage. If Cleo wants him back, she'll have to show herself.
Makes the city feel real.
Leave this place, oh little Oceanid, and never, ever look back!
Oh, a lot of people, quite a lot of people. Packed. What's happening?
Everyone's really throwing themselves into their roles. I haven't seen such a fine performance in a long time.
She should know.
If only.
What?
What should we do?
Oh no.
Why? Why does it have to be now?
No way, no way, no way. No.
Hey, what's going on? You're due on stage any second now.
She alright?
No, not again. But why? What about your new meds? Did they stop working?
They've been getting less and less effective over time.
Oh, poor girl.
I've had to keep increasing my dose.
Damn.
What? I thought they'd cure it. So they were only managing your symptoms?
I figured whatever it took to get me through this final
Damn,
performance.
she just wanted to do that performance.
How could you do this to yourself? And after that lecture you gave me about not looking after my health.
I'm sorry. I've let everyone down.
Oh, damn.
You... This is a conversation for another time. How can the show go on without its star performer?
Miss Furina, I'd like to make a request of you.
Say no more. If you're sick, you need to rest. I know what you're going to ask. Loic, your character has no more scenes, correct?
Oh, yeah. I think my scenes are all done. Although, I do have one more line. But I guess another guy in the troupe with a similar voice register could take it.
Please take Delphi back to her place to rest.
Aww.
I'll sing the finale.
I like that they're concerned about Dolphy too.
From the sublime to the ridiculous. After all that, everything's come full circle.
She's an actor again. She's an actor again, even though she didn't want to be. But this is her volunteering.
Thank you, Miss Furina. I'm so sorry to put you in this position after everything you said.
Not your fault. You can't help it.
Never mind. What's done is done. It's really my own fault for getting in too deep. No one likes regrets, myself included. Leave it to me. I've watched you rehearse so many times that I've learned Cleo's part by heart.
Wow.
I do not doubt your acting skills, but please allow me to ask just one more question. After all, this show is dedicated to the life and legacy of our director. What, in your opinion, is the reason Cleo shines so brightly?
It's her pure heart.
Which she has.
Despite all the pain and loneliness she had to endure, she never once stopped believing in the beauty in this world.
That's her. It's basically her. This story is all about her, isn't it? That's their way of doing it. It's beautiful. And it's a play. It couldn't have been more perfect. It is so
well
nice.
Well said. I leave Director O'Reilly in your hands.
Oh, she just wanted to know if she could trust her with the character. Not the character of her director's character. Oh. She wanted to know. Go Furina. Imagine that, just taking someone's role that you hadn't practiced before. You'd have to be a really good actress. Yeah.
Here yet? Must it get here? She's not coming.
This is the trailer.
You're wrong. She's here.
This is the ending, isn't it?
Si je pouvais vivre dans l'eau, le monde serait-il plus beau? Me pardonneras-tu, oh Germaine?
Oh, so beautiful.
L'eau dans son courant fait danser nos vies et la cité
This has so much more meaning now I've done the story. I've seen this before. If the water's returning.
But what about your wish?
My wish.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Only true love was enough, but alas, I must bid thee adieu. I love a bittersweet fairy tale. Oh my god! He can't be with her. So she can only see the world as an Oceanid. She can't be human. She gets a vision? She got a vision. Is that what happened? Who gives out the visions? Who decides? Is it when someone's worthy? Because Wanderer got his vision when he was defending us. Wow, people love it. I'm sure they did. It's a shame Dolphy couldn't get to see it. Imagine these people, a surprise guest Furina.
Is it just me? Who was that lady Furina on the stage just now?
Love it.
She hasn't been seen for a while now, and she just appears out of nowhere?
That's a great surprise for them.
Gotta say though, her acting skills are as superb as ever.
The little Oceanid, Cleo, played by Aurélie Fumont.
Oh, I use her name. Isn't that perfect? She doesn't care about credit.
That's not her name. What's going on?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a doppelganger.
I've spent a lot of time out of the spotlight, and they didn't use my name during the curtain call either. Hopefully, not too many people recognized me. It's too bad that I had to break the one clear rule I'd managed to make for myself, even if I had no choice. Still, I have to admit that, despite everything, it felt good to be back on the stage again.
Finally, we would like to give a special thanks to our artistic consultant and event coordinator, Miss Furina.
Hey, that's not what we agreed on.
Look at them in the back.
Oh, so it was Furina after all.
She's back.
They're so happy.
Honestly, what is he doing? He should have run that by me first.
Damn.
All right, calm down. Don't be mad. This was a group decision. We just didn't want your contributions to go unacknowledged.
You know what? It's like a analogy of the actual Archon quest. She was happy just to be unacknowledged, go about her life, but this is like her getting to get recognition from the audience that Furina was the one, isn't it? It's so good. In our own little way, this is like her getting the applause that she deserves.
After all, it's been the rule in Fontaine since ancient times that everyone's work, visible or invisible, is equally deserving of recognition.
Yes, I know the rule, but it should still be applied on a case-by-case basis. I wasn't ready for this yet.
Oh.
It's no big deal. What's the worst that could happen?
At most, you might be asked to sign some few autographs later.
Oh, yeah? Well, since you think it's so easy, you can sign them for me.
Good reply.
This is a great chat and all, but can we talk about that crazy thing that happened during the show? It nearly gave Paimon a heart attack.
The vision.
Paimon flew over to where she was supposed to be and was about to drop the prop vision, and then suddenly, a real one popped out of thin air!
It was a real vision. So in the story, she received a vision, and then the gods or whoever ordains that you get a vision said, "Ha, I'll do it right now," and they took over and they made it even real.
Oh,
So
that.
So she wasn't sure. Does she know?
I've got no idea what happened there either. But hey, it worked pretty well, didn't it?
She doesn't seem like a surprise.
Now that the audience has never seen such a realistic prop.
She has a vision now?
Wait, what about Dolphy? I wonder how she's doing.
Why is Furina trying to cover that up?
Oh, let's go check on her as soon as we finish clearing the stage.
Yes. Plus, she'll definitely want to hear how the end of the show went. If nothing else, we can safely say that we accomplished what we set out to do.
How come she seems like she knows about the vision? Like, I'm just confused that she's not as shocked as everyone else. Do we have to go through the lift again? That was really beautiful, and it had more meaning now that I knew all the characters in the animation and the backstory behind it. Because I have seen it before, and I was like, oh, this must be from her story quest, because I haven't seen it before. Didn't ruin anything for me, having seen it first though. Because the first time I saw it, I didn't know what was going on. Where the heck is this? Oh, we're not even close. I'm glad I checked the map. Let's go check on Dolphy. That should be. Whoops. I love your line. She makes it so much better. Where's my line?
Take it easy.
Ah, you're back.
She okay?
She's doing okay. Her condition stabilized after taking some of her original medication. From experience, though, I'd say she still needs a few more days of rest.
How did the performance go?
Yes.
Was it a success? Did the audience like it?
They loved it.
You'll be glad to know it was fantastic! Also, you're not gonna believe what happened while Furina was on the stage! You'll probably be able to read all about it in the Steambird first thing tomorrow morning!
The vision?
That's wonderful. I'm so sorry I failed to
Oh,
see
about
it
the
through
reveal?
to the end. I guess I was wrong to try and tough it out to begin with.
Oh, you tried your best. I can understand why she would want to do that.
No, don't worry about it. Like they told me after announcing my name during the curtain call, everyone's work deserves recognition.
Furina's fine with it. Now that she realized
Even
why
though
that
you
it was
couldn't
from
see
a good
it through
place.
to the final scene, the audience was very impressed by your performance. It's safe to say that you made your mark on this memorial show.
She was in the earlier scenes, wasn't she? It was just the final scene she couldn't do.
Well, one way or another, we did it. I've had bad luck ever since I was born, so I never expect things to go smoothly in life. I'm just happy to know that we went out on a high note.
Yes.
That's all that matters.
It's definitely a high note. That was, I mean, performing. Oh, you guys know why it's a high note.
Blaming your bad luck again, are we? Maybe if you didn't push yourself past your limits so much, your illness wouldn't be flaring up all the time.
Oh, don't you start. I don't have the energy to argue with you right now.
Aw, you two clearly care a lot about each other.
They are family.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You mean we never stop arguing with each other?
That's true, they argue a lot.
So, any plans for the next step? After the brilliant performance you put on, the reputation of your troupe is sure to spread through Fontaine like wildfire. You won't have to disband if you don't want to. You could capitalize on the rave reviews and license out the little Oceanid to the bigger theater troupes out there. That would do wonders for your financial
that's
situation.
great. And more people would know the story.
No, we should still disband.
Yeah, it's what we all agreed to.
I think it's better that way. To end on such a high note.
After all that's happened, I should give you guys some space. But maybe our paths will cross again one day.
It's a beautiful ending for them.
Hey, don't just walk off!
Is that how he's gonna leave? Well, he did the show. That was fantastic.
I still want to keep performing, so I might join another troupe.
That's fine.
After watching Miss Furina's performance, I think I'm starting to understand our director's infatuation with musicals.
You should do it. It suits you. I'd originally hoped to keep performing too, but I don't know if my health will allow me to.
Oh, so now you finally got your priorities in order.
Oh,
I guess I'll hold off until you've properly recovered as well. What about you, Miss Furina? Any future plans?
She's part of the crew.
Well, frankly, I think a return to obscurity is no longer an option for me. I'm sure a slew of consultancy requests will hound me wherever I go, until I finally acquiesce. You rather sealed my fate there with your special thanks at the end of the show.
I'm happy with that. I don't want her just kind of being sad and being alone.
Sorry.
She should have something to do if she wants.
It's quite all right. No need to apologize. What I meant to say is that this whole experience has shown me that perhaps I'm not as averse to a return to the stage as I'd previously imagined. Maybe Nervilette was right. Maybe Cleo is the right role for
Ooh,
me.
she could play Cleo because the other girl's not playing it.
I still don't wish to pretend to be someone else, but I do have a desire to express myself. So, maybe the show will go on for me after all.
There's no need to draw lines in the sand. Just do whatever feels right to you. It's true, right? Just see how you feel. If you want to do it, do it. I like that.
Yeah. There was once a time when I was an actress in a masquerade, seeking only to hide the truth. But from now on, I want to spend my time learning real stories about real people and how they touch the lives of others around them.
And she certainly did, just now.
I want to watch them blossom and wither, see them refined on the page, retold on the stage, and remembered long into the future. I'm sure this is what captivated Director O'Reilly as well.
Sounds like you're ready to stop running from your true calling. The more you get out into the world, the more you'll discover what a fascinating place it is.
Next time, I'll invite you to join me. Yeah, I'm gonna pull for her. Okay, join my team.
Then it's a deal.
Yay, she wants to come. Let's see the world.
If a vision is a gift from the gods, then I should do my best to honor it.
So she did get the vision, she knows it. Oh, we finished it. Right? Oh, we get 6 books and some Primo Gems. Not just 5 or 4. Let's talk to everyone before we go.
I mean, of course I have some regrets, but
There'll be plenty of opportunities in the future for us to tell the stories that we want on stage.
Just look after your health first. Get good first.
Now that the buzz is worn off, I feel ready to pass out.
I'm just finishing packing up. As soon as I'm done, I've got an interview with the Steambird to get to. Thanks to all your help, the show was more perfect than we ever could have hoped for.
They killed it.
But most of all, I want to thank you for giving me the chance to finally say farewell to Aurelie.
Aww. Good closure for them. Furina! Oh my god! For a minute, I thought she was looking in a mirror, but she wasn't.
It's ironic to think that in my whole time as a god, I could only ever dream of receiving this kind of power.
Oh my god, she knows she got the vision. Now she has it. Good on ya.
And now that the gods have given me their blessing, it actually feels more like I'm finally able to take my fate in my own hands.
Oh, good on ya. She's got power now. She can actually fight and buff people.
Is that how humans feel about it as well?
I would think so. If they want to have their fate in their own hands. It's such good quest. Oh my god, that was really nice. It's like, I love that it was like unpredictable. I didn't know what it would be like going in. And it was quite longer than I was expecting to. It was really good. Got a really, really nice cutscene to go with it. That was fantastic, so loved it. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I really liked it. I felt like a very nice bookend for the whole Fontaine Archon quest. Like, I really wanted some good things happen to Furina after what she did. So, and I really think it was good for her soul, this whole experience. I'm just assuming. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys, and catch you later. Bye.